This is a new series called Driving with John. Takes about 20 minutes to get to the gym, and if I'm not on my motorcycle, of course I'm in a car, and when I'm in a car I have a lot of thoughts, so why not make some content? I don't like the word making content. I don't like the term making content, but why not document, right? So this is being John Kimovich. The theme this week, happy Wednesday everyone, by the way. The theme this week, and I pull themes from client sessions, groups I run, maybe something I've read, but it's mostly the themes that I pull from are from my own life, my inner journey, things that come up for me during the week. And so the theme this week is this question, and I want to ask you, and I'll answer it as well. What is the best thing that's never happened to you? That is the question of the week. What is the best thing that's never happened to you? Meaning, in looking back, because this thing that you wanted so bad didn't happen, whether that was, relationship related or career related or whatever, because this thing you wanted so bad didn't happen, how was that a good thing? How was that a blessing in disguise? How was that a gift instead of a curse? So for me, I have a lot, because many things never happened to me. But the two that come to my mind, and I want to kind of go deeper into it, because I do have now probably 12 minutes before I get to the gym. By the way, speaking of gym, tip for you: cut your day in half. Get your movement fitness in at around 11 or 12. So the chemicals and dopamine, so it becomes a reset for you. Whenever I'm working on a book, I get up early, I write, I'm very quote-unquote productive, and then I make sure that I get on my bike and go to the gym around noon, just so I'm changing physical space, producing different chemicals, moving, sweating, also getting in my social need, maybe a few chest bumps, fist bumps, conversations at the gym, right? So it just acts as a great reset before you come home, and then you gotta, do more tasks. Anyway, for me, one of the best things that's never happened was becoming a screenwriter. I went to film school, majored in minored. I don't know if it was the major was film, the minor was screenwriting, and I wanted to be a screenwriter. I think I got far in the sense that I got represented by a legit big management company. And the thing is, if you want to be an actor in Hollywood, you could just be attractive and you could get an agent, right? If you have a pretty face. But if you want to be a screenwriter, it's all about what's on the page. So it's really hard to get represented, because if you get represented, it means that you have some talent, right? And so I got represented. I also sold a couple projects, but it wasn't enough for it to be a career. And my marriage was falling apart. I was getting older, and I said, fuck this, it's not for me. And by this time I was, mid-30s, so I went back to school, got a master's, became a therapist. The reason why it's the best thing that's never happened to me is because if I had become a screenwriter, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have a career that is very purpose-driven, right? I really feel like if I had success as a screenwriter, I'd be the douchebag in the Ferrari, I don't even like Ferraris. I'm a Porsche guy. But I'm impulsive. I can be reckless. At that time, it was before me going through any kind of journey internally. So I think I would have just been a douchebag, Any kind of success I had in my 30s would have ruined me, basically. Maybe I would have been an addict. I don't know. So it was good the universe cock-blocked me and forced me to change careers. But I also believe that the chapters of your story, they will all be used. And this is a choice, but I believe it helps me tremendously in my life. And so I believe that I was meant to learn the craft of writing. I believe that I was meant to use screenwriting to lay tracks or a foundation for other things in life, and I'll explain that in a second. But I don't believe that I was meant to be a screenwriter. So what did I learn from screenwriting that affects me today? Well, learning how to read subtext, because as a screenwriter, when you're writing dialogue, you're writing dialogue in a way where it's all about the subtext, right? What's happening underneath. And so that has helped me tremendously as a therapist when you're having conversation, what is happening underneath. It has also helped me in my personal relationships, what is happening underneath. So not just about the surface, because if you're just gonna live on the surface, you're not gonna go deeper, right? You're not gonna resolve conflict and other stuff. So what's happening underneath? The ability to read subtext, that's number one. Number two, more importantly, screenwriting for 10 years, 15 years, I think, 10, 15 years, sitting in coffee shops 10 hours a day, punching keys and thinking of clever act breaks. All of that gave me handrails to write very fast and to knock out pages. And so when I started getting book deals, I was able to knock out a book in a few months. I would turn my book in before the contract was even signed, you know? And that's an exaggeration. I would turn my book in before I got paid, my first payment. And that all came from screenwriting. So to actually turn writing into a lifestyle, because writing was my life, and then it wasn't, and now it is again. And so it really was my education and space for me to get my reps in as a writer, so I could learn the craft of writing, and so I could train myself and figure out a way to turn writing into a lifestyle, so writing would be incorporated into my daily routine. That's what it gave me, and now looking back, I feel like that's what it was meant to give me, right? And so that would be one. Never becoming a screenwriter, especially today with what's happening with all these strikes and stuff. I mean, I don't think I would have even survived that career, but one of the best things that never happened to me. Number two would be, and it's a lot of your guys' answers on my stories I posted, it would be my divorce. A successful marriage was the best thing that never happened to me, because it was my divorce at around 35 that was the catalyst, and that forced me into my rebirth, my inner journey, my reflection, me becoming a therapist, helping other people. All of that would have never happened. I wouldn't be talking to you, or maybe I would, but I don't think I would have much of an audience, and I don't think I would be talking about anything important. I'd be telling you what I had for lunch. So my divorce, which repositioned me in my life, which kind of shook my life etch a sketch, forcing me to build a brand new life, and it sparked my becoming, right? And so my divorce was a huge act break in my life. It wasn't just a chapter. And yeah, that's a successful marriage is one of the best things that never happened to me. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. And what type in there in the chat, what is, so we can see, and I'll bet you it'll be very common. I think the number one answer is relationship related, right? A relationship not working out. But in looking back, what's the best thing that's never happened to you? What's the best thing that's never happened to you? Also, you know, I've been documenting for like over a decade, And I've never bought a car mount until this week, where I could just throw my phone, slap my phone against the windshield, and I could share my revelations. All right, everyone, be well. I think this is an important question to ask yourself, because it makes you connect dots of your story. It gives you a why, and it prevents you from ripping out chapters.